take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up your feet, that's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah, it's podcast time.
Well, it's another week, Nick.
It's another week. Fine by me.
We're coming at you live from the studio.
It's live for us.
It is live.
We're swapping things back. Real goons will know this is how we used to sit.
We're going to try to get more cozy. We've got wintertime coming up.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it a little more cozy in here. I got some lights and some aesthetically pleasing.
Ethnicity.
Gonna get an electric
Ethnic.
Fireplace in here.
Dude, I'm going to get a real fireplace. I'm cold all the time. As soon as Wes walked in, God's hot in here. You'd open these doors up. I'm in here freezing to death all day. I woke up this morning, didn't want to get out of bed. I told Chrissy, I said, why is the heat not on? She said, it's not that cold. I said, it is that cold.
Dude, I had the window open. I slept with the window open last night. Probably, I don't know. It's supposed to get real cold tonight. So.
It is.
Yeah.
30s.
I know y'all tuned into the Weather Channel.
I love. Hey, speaking of
weather,
what about these hurricanes that the daggum demon crats are making? Huh? What? I was thinking the other day, my kids, we were watching the news, and my little boy, he's 13, and of course he hears nonsense all the time. He said, Daddy, did you hear that he said the government's making weather and these hurricanes? He said 2 hurricanes, 10 days? Something's off. I said, dude, I don't know. I said, what do you think, though, if we could create hurricanes, we wouldn't go to war. We would just send a hurricane somewhere, right?
Maybe.
Hurricanes destroy shit.
Yeah.
Or like drop 5 or 6 tornadoes somewhere. You know what I mean? Just fly in and drop a couple tornadoes off and just wreck house.
Hope that's how it works. Or
Drop
not.
a
That's how I see it in my head, though. Whenever somebody says we're creating weather, I see it as like,
Can you imagine like a hurricane hitting like Oklahoma or something? You'd be like, now how did this happen?
from the Great Lakes. It came
from
from
the Great Lakes.
Lakes.
It comes from the
I
Rio.
guess more crazy would be like, I don't know, what, Idaho or some shit.
Yeah, or anywhere in the middle of those landlocked.
Either anywhere that the hurricane just comes out of nowhere. Isn't this just a tornado?
I will tell you this, though. Ever since that Hurricane Helene and the stuff in West North Carolina, which is terrible, thoughts and prayers out to all those people suffering out there. But there's been like people saying they're putting life jackets in their like emergency kit in landlocked states because they're worried about like a 1,000-year flood coming through and water coming in there. Could you imagine it being dark though, and like you're in your house in the dark, there's no power, and water just starts coming in your house?
That'd be wild.
It'd be terrifying.
I saw a video today of these people that were like in a bar, and it was like 6 inches of water, and then a flash of like 3 foot high water came in and just like swept everybody to the back of the bar, and then another 3 foot, like 6 foot total.
Golly, storm
30
surge
seconds
they
later.
call it.
I saw a video of a dude in a kayak in his living room.
Yeah,
Crazy shit. I saw a dude like riding the top of his deep freezer. He was just like surfing on top of his deep freezer. He didn't look like he was having a good time
The
though.
guy in the kayak was making the best of it.
Supposedly in Hungary, they had these huge like church bells that were like almost as big as this house.
Yeah.
And they would ring those bells, and the vibration would help kill the storms.
Oh well,
Huh.
I don't know if it was
frequency.
Hungary or not.
Everything's a frequency,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we're all frequency.
I'm a frequent
and
user.
You're
I've had
high
it wrote,
frequency.
I've had it wrote down in my book for a while, but there's like 142 hertz or some hertz that like really negatively affects us as
Yeah.
people, and like they think that the conspiracy is that they're pumping that.
and it's like messing our nervous
it
systems
just
up.
messes us up.
I know, thanks to Matt McCusker, like 242 hertz is like the God's sound. Like it's
Yeah.
like a harmony. He
Yeah.
plays that flute.
Yeah, I don't, maybe I
232 maybe. I'm not
I
sure.
probably got the 140 or whatever from that, but there is some hertz. I wrote it down. I'm never going to be able to
I have
find
heard
it.
that though. There's like it's with the 5G shit. I think like that's putting off frequencies or something.
Maybe. Yeah, it very well could have been the same thing. Like,
Supposedly the music industry,
Yeah.
music, sorry, they keep certain hertz from getting out
Oh,
through songs. Like they make people
like the
change it.
angelic
Yeah, and they're
playing
like,
of
no, you can't have
sound.
these hertz. They're holding back hertz.
why?
They're keeping the hertz from us.
They're too beneficial or
They
something.
they
You
kept
know,
the hertz and gave us hertz rental cars.
hertz rent-a-cars. That's
Hertz
what they did.
sucks.
Here's some hertz.
Does it?
Yeah. Enterprise.
My uncle's like the vice president of Hertz.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Maybe one
Like
building.
the southeast region.
Yeah, southeast Memphis.
Yeah.
There was some
Shout
talking
out.
about Helene. I don't remember where it was over there, but like I don't remember if it was FEMA or some other government entity sent a town just a big shipment of electric chainsaws.
Yeah, so they don't have any
To this
power to
town
charge
that
them.
didn't have any power.
Didn't send them no batteries. No, what are those things called? Those boxes, boost boxes or whatever.
I was like, I guess maybe they had generators or something. Surely
Yes,
somebody brought in a generator by then.
I mean, they live in a very remote area to begin with, which sucks. It's hard to get. I mean,
know, and then wiping out
the roads.
pretty
Yeah,
much, like,
you can't
there's
get to
the
them.
main way to get in there.
And it's all water over there. So like, there's rivers and streams, and probably I don't know. Heaven forbid, man-made ponds on purpose.
Man-made pond.
Man-made them.
And
Big
funny,
ponds.
not funny enough.
Heaven forbid.
Heaven forbid.
I haven't really seen a great deal about Milton.
No, I quit watching it.
I don't know. It just doesn't pop through my thing. Like
It was-
Maybe everywhere that
not
it's
as bad.
damaged was already damaged.
Right.
So like, I mean,
It was fucked
they didn't
up.
damage it anymore. Everything was already gone.
I thought it was pretty crazy. Like they had all these like emergency like responders and like electrical linemen and utility people staged up or supposed to be staged up in the Tampa Bay Rays stadium
Yeah.
for safety, and it tore the whole fucking roof off that place. It tore the whole roof off of it. There was only 13 people there at the time because they moved them
Yeah.
or didn't let them go there or something. But yeah, it tore the whole roof off of it. But it wasn't even like a
Look at that
metal roof.
construction.
Yeah, well, they're building a new stadium anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It ain't supposed to be ready
That
until.
seems a little sus, doesn't it?
See, dude? Maybe they did.
Insurance.
Yeah, I was
company.
gonna say
Yeah,
insurance claim, huh?
yeah.
The insurance, you're in the insurance industry. Insurance has left Florida, hasn't it, pretty much?
Yeah.
I mean, how could you ever make any money down there?
I'm surprised that people haven't left Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's coming too, I'm sure.
Dude, there's so many vehicle thefts in Georgia. I mean, I don't know the stats
How
for
come?
other states. I don't know.
Oh. I got you.
Me neither.
Anyway, so how's everybody been doing? Nick, how was your first week married?
Man, it was great.
We hadn't heard from you at all. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you.
I was say my family actually asked about you. I was visiting my granny earlier, and they were like, "How's Nick doing?" I saw he got married, and I was like, "I don't really."
See, he's still a sweetie pie.
Town sweetheart.
He's a sweetie pie.
They're glad I took one more good egg out of Scottsville.
I think some people just need to be clamped down, and you're one of them people.
Yeah, and what she does for my mental health.
Yeah, well, that's good. Obviously, I hope so. You married her.
Chain that thing down.
I'd hope so. If she makes you happy, that's all
Yeah.
that matters. I just wanted to check on you. Hadn't heard much about it.
Yep. Saturday I had 2 weddings, and then Sunday I had another wedding.
Damn.
Saturday night I played poker for the first time in I don't know how long.
That
Till
sounds like
2
a
a.m.
good time, dude. We need to get a good
So
card
much
game
fun.
going.
Oh yeah.
I love
Yeah.
a good card game.
Just a bunch of goofballs in there.
Y'all didn't play for money.
No, didn't play for money.
Yeah.
don't think
Well,
anybody
I guess we could talk about that if you were playing for money.
Yeah.
Gambling's illegal.
I'd love to hear about some of these parlays and stuff you've been betting on here lately.
Dude, I'm about to win $13 on this baseball game, the Mets and the Dodgers. If they can hold it together and keep it under 10 runs, well, maybe. I don't know. Did the over-under on this thing.
Gotta pay you Netflix for the month.
Dude, I canceled Netflix. They kept going up. I went with HBO Max. I switched up. It's just more shows I like on there at the time. And I got tired. You know, there was a golden era of streaming services, like about a 5-year period, where everybody was wanting your business. They were low price. There weren't ads. Now, you see, we've just traded something for something else. We traded cable and satellite for the same shit because you got to buy the ad-free package or you're going to get commercials again.
Yeah.
So they nickel and dime you to death. And then you got to pay for the internet to have it. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I think the big thing with Netflix is they started making their own stuff. So they're like, "Oh, we have to."
Yeah, but it's
We
like
have to,
$30 a month now.
Yeah, I was like, "We have to make enough money to
To
cover."
pay
up
Adam Sandler this huge for another movie to cut
$30
another.
million a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was crazy amount of money. And Dave Chappelle for his specials. You got Ryan Reynolds making movies.
Yeah.
and
Maybe bought Kill Tony.
maybe that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't heard much about that since
Yeah.
New Year's
I was
last
gonna
year.
say, just a couple weeks ago, Tony was talking mad shit about YouTube. like on there. So I was like, oh,
YouTube
so,
is kind
so
of
he must have already got his paycheck from Netflix.
oh
He's like,
yeah, he's talking shit.
we out here.
Well, I know when they had that show in L.A., it was like the Netflix is a joke festival, and he was talking about Netflix, and the crowd started booing, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't boo Netflix!"
yeah.
And they're like, "What?"
They're our allies.
Yeah, they're our friends now. We're on the same team.
I mean, you can. I mean, for sure that it does suck that it's going to be behind a paywall if that's what they do with Kill Tony.
It had to come eventually.
But I mean, they're going to have so much more freedom on Netflix to
Yeah.
do whatever they want.
And they'll probably have like special events and
Yeah.
things like that, I would say. Good stuff, good stuff. Well, what have y'all been snacking on lately? What's your favorite snacks right now? What's your favorite cookies or treats or drinks? Or...
Man, I was introduced to Stroop waffles the other day.
Okay.
And they are amazing.
It sounds healthy. What is that?
It is like, it's a little disc. It's more like a cookie than anything, really. But I don't know. It has the consistency of like candle wax or beeswax almost.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had these. I know the
Stroop
name
waffles.
sounds
Yeah.
familiar.
The texture of them is like a waffle as far as like.
It sounds healthy.
It has I mean, they're delicious.
It's probably German made. Or something.
Stroop waffle, I would say so. Belgian, maybe Belgian,
Oh, it could be
something like that. Maybe who knows? What about you? What you been? What's your go-to? I see he's also drinking a Monster and
Yeah,
a couple other things down here.
I'm playing the
My,
light bill at the Monster Maker right now.
One of my biggest go-tos is always Dots.
Dots, really?
Yeah.
It's got a 70-year-old man in here. Dots.
Dots.
It's just
It's licorice, isn't it?
They sell them at the it's
Like the
big-
yellow
big
box
movie theater
with the
thing.
little bitty gumdrop
Yeah.
things. Yeah, dude, I've never eaten those.
Love
They
'em.
get stuck to your teeth.
Yeah,
Love
Hey.
milk dud, dude. Milk duds will ruin
Swallow them
them.
whole. You chew 'em?
No, chew 'em up.
Oh.
That way, 30 minutes, an hour after you make, you still got something.
Oh, it takes you. It takes you 2 business days to eat a box.
left.
I've seen them things.
It does it for me, unfortunately, because I just like and then throw a whole thing in my mouth, and then I'm just like I chew on it for about forever because that's what you have to do.
Well, the reason why I ask is because
Did you win $13?
I did.
All right, that's my
I'm
man.
right in there. I
Let's
won.
go.
I got it. Let's go. I'm gonna reinvest that into tomorrow's
Yeah, there
games.
you go.
American League game tomorrow.
I work it, twerk it, then reverse it.
That's right. So anyway, we all love Oreos, Chips Ahoy cookies. We grew
Yeah.
up on this shit, right? We grew up in the golden age of snack foods. You had Hot Pockets come out, all these Easy Macs, and all this bullshit.
14 different flavors of Pop Tarts.
Yes, so we're all sick now. We all have food our age group, our generation, we all have food allergies, we have milk allergies, gluten allergies, alpha gal happens when we get, things happen, blah, 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 blah. All these autoimmune diseases. So I started looking. And it's probably common knowledge to some people, but I didn't realize this, but in the 80s, tobacco companies wanted to diversify their product lineup. So they went
They
in.
were starting to get bad press.
Right. The 80s were, 50s, 60s, 70s, they were really cool. Smoking cigarettes was cool.
Still cool.
I still think it's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I think it's cool shit. So they wanted to diversify their product lineup, get some new customers, consumers, blah, 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 blah. So they started looking into food companies. So R.J. Reynolds bought Hawaiian Punch. Hawaiian Punch was strictly a cocktail mixer for alcohol. There was 2 flavors is all there was. So within a certain amount of time, I can't remember exactly, a year or two,
Powder mix or with
it was a liquid. It was actually like a cocktail mixer. That's all it was. It was like in the grocery aisle. It was like with the liquor and stuff, like in that stuff. So they decided they were going to market it to children and also lower income and black consumers. They made 16 new flavors and made the mascot Punchy, which is the little guy surfboard.
the white dude with the afro.
Almost like the Kool-Aid man.
Right, same, yeah. So they made a crazy amount of money, and they said that's the best sponsor that has ever been in a food industry or whatever. Like it made the most money. But that is one
I'm
example.
surprised that Kool-Aid man ain't better than that.
But they're called hyper palatable foods, and they're high in fat, sodium, carbs, and oils, and they use a lot of the same tactics for addiction that they use for tobacco, and the same things. It's all things that go into our blood system super fast, so we get dopamine hits immediately, and this starts at a young age. Man, you think about drinking they also invented the juice box in the 80s as well.
Cardboard.
Like the cardboard box, and they sold to kids, crazy stuff. I think Hawaiian Punch was one of the first ones to do that.
I remember Hawaiian Punch cardboard boxes or whatever.
But they, y'all remember the Camel commercials with the cartoon camel?
Yeah,
Like back in the day, the
Joe
ads
Camel?
and stuff. Yeah, Joe
Yeah, Joe
Camel. Yeah.
Camel.
See, that was another tactic they used in the food to know they could like kids like bright colors
Yeah.
and cartoon characters and things like that. So they were able to sell to that too. So from the years of 1988 to 2001, which what year were you born?
89.
What year were you born?
91.
I was born in 88. So think about the food we grew up on. Those were the most dedicated years, or however you want to put it, that tobacco was influencing our food. They influenced the three major companies: Kraft, Nabisco, and General Foods.
General Mills.
Which is General. I don't think it's General Mills. It's just General Foods. It's a bunch of different stuff. But now they're all different companies. Like Molina, I think's one of them. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
Trump.
no, not Melania. But anyway, so like they all pushed our food, and then 2001 come around, people started waking up to this shit. They're like, hey man, you can't just own these monopolies on these things. So they started getting out lawsuits, etc.
Yeah.
But there was a time where they questioned R.J. Reynolds and Philip Morris, which is Marlboro cigarettes. They used something called. Let me look up the word real quick. Ultra processed foods, and what they would use is called line extension advertising. So they would target like certain demographics and people. So Marlboro cigarettes were aimed towards men. Virginia Slims were aimed towards women.
Yeah.
Menthol cigarettes were aimed towards black consumers. They used the same things in their food by different colors. And y'all remember the green Snackwell cookies that were kind of like supposed to be healthy? They were like devil's food.
Yeah.
They call it the Snackwell effect because they said people would actually consume more of those than they would like an Oreo or cookies. They thought it was healthy.
Yeah.
So they were just eating boxes of fucking Snackwell cookies and won't know why they were gaining weight and having high cholesterol and all this shit. So the government asked R.J. Reynolds if they were in the food industry. They were doing tobacco and all this stuff. And they said, no, we're not in any of those industries. We're in the flavor industry. So they were able to stay in business by doing all this shit. So a lot of the brands that we grew up on, Kraft macaroni and cheese, Hot Pockets, Oreos, Teddy Grahams. They got in trouble for Teddy Grahams because they pushed Teddy Grahams as a healthier alternative to cookies because they had whole grain flour. Come to find out, after studies, they realized it only contained like 1% whole grain flour. The rest was just the same shit that the white flour that we use for all that. So we had obesity spiked between 1980 and 2008, and they coined a new phrase in advertising called brand loyalty. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
If you got, I drink Coca-Cola. That's my brand. I fuck Pepsi, blah, blah, blah. So it was the same with all these things. So it was almost like a bragging right.
It was the same thing. I mean, it was absolutely the same thing with cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
You're a
right.
Marlboro man.
I'm a Camel guy.
Yeah.
So they have.
Camel boy.
It's all psychology
Sure,
at the end of
I was
the
a
day.
Camel guy.
Yeah. Would you smoke Turkish Silvers?
No, well, I
Crush. He's a crush man.
No, I was just a Camel Blue, Camel
What were the
Light.
fat ones? What were the real fat
Wide,
Camels?
just
Wide.
Yeah,
Wide.
man, I like a big.
You had to
put
be a
big
man
one
to
on
smoke
my
one of
mouth.
them.
Yeah.
But I just thought it blew my mind. Like I had never really looked like tobacco.
Yeah.
Of all they are in the business of like we know now
Yeah.
of killing people and how dangerous it is. And they ran our food industry for 20 years.
I think it's gonna be crazy one day whenever maybe they probably will never happen now because everything's so corrupt. But how they finally at some point they were like, hey, you shouldn't be able to have these cartoons for cigarettes.
Right.
And they don't even let cigarettes have commercials anymore.
Or
So-
run like full page ads and stuff
So
like that.
when is that going to happen for pharmaceutical companies?
I think it's coming. I think there's going to be a day.
I don't think that'll ever
We were
happen.
talking to coin on that.
It depends on who's in leadership. If it's bought politicians or
It's
if it's
all of them.
honest.
Every
all
one
of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Every
like
one of 'em.
I was thinking the other day about the pharmaceutical stuff because like I pay fortunately I have insurance and stuff, but like I had all the medicine I have is like new. There is no generic. It's expensive. It's like brand new. It's like immunotherapy. So remember the opioid crisis and all that shit, and them getting hooked. Like our people in our area of the world hooked on opioids. So the government is obviously in bed with big pharma. So they had to do something, or this is what I would do if I'm in bed with the devil, more or less.
Mhm.
I'm going to want to look good too because I got to get elected.
Yeah.
I have to get it reelected. So somebody's got to be punished. So all they do is they take that huge company and make them publicly apologize or pay a fine, right? Pay these penalties. They get time to do it, and they let them stay open. They just bust them up into 10 more companies, and then give them, in return for taking the fall, give them multiple years of like green lights on experimental drugs or lab tests or even like permits and shit or the FDA approval. So really, it's just over and over and over this cycle.
Well,
And
like you think about it, like there's so many people that were once like head leaders of Pfizer or Moderna or
they get put on a board
that
somewhere.
are now like high up in the FDA
Yeah.
or high up.
Yeah,
In,
they give them a position on some board or committee,
yeah,
and then
like
they're
they
still running.
leave that they quote unquote leave their company and then go work for the people that are supposed to be the checks and balances for their company.
Yeah,
And they still got their company in their pocket, or their company still got them in their pocket, and they're
yeah.
like,
People
hey,
are getting their back scratched
yeah,
all
they're
the way
like,
around.
hey, we're gonna keep paying you your millions of dollars salary.
As a pension or
Yeah.
something.
Dude, CEOs of any company should never make 500% more than your basic employee.
Yeah,
That's insane. I'm for capitalism, but it's getting to a point to where I think capitalism is failing because you go to the grocery store. I mean,
yeah,
everybody's just like I was talking about. RJ Reynolds talking about they're not a tobacco or food company; they're a flavor company. So all these years they were making food, they didn't give a damn about nutrition or health food. They were just selling food. They didn't give a shit.
yeah. They just wanna
It's just
make
about
money.
making money.
Yeah.
So I mean, who do you trust? I mean, because you can't trust the government to regulate that shit because we know that now. Because I will say this about California, they have a lot of wrong shit. Obviously, we can disagree with, but they just started banning food shit. They're the first state to really start banning like food dyes and Cheetos and bullshit like
I
that.
know once you started talking about this, I mean, I think that's one of the few things that they do well over there.
Like regulates like the
food,
shit.
just food, like it's they've got so much stuff in there that's so bad for us. Like something's got to be done about.
I was
that.
looking at ingredients the other day. We got a bag of Fritos scoops, just plain Fritos scoops. Then we got a bag of Fritos chili cheese chips.
Yeah.
The Fritos scoops has three ingredients: corn, oil, and salt. The chili cheese Fritos has like 60 fucking ingredients because of all the flavor shit. And I was like, dude, because you really have to look at what you're getting. You know what I mean? Like all these seed oils and shit. Like, they've done prove now like we should go back to lard and butter.
Yeah.
Because our grandparents, there wasn't heart attacks until like 40 years ago. Like people wasn't having just falling out all the time.
Oh, I've got a whole group of friends that don't like that. They pay attention to that stuff. I obviously am a fat guy and I don't pay attention to anything.
You can still be a big guy, still eat healthy.
Yeah.
It's just genetics.
Yeah. I'm not saying I couldn't be healthy.
Right.
I could be. I just don't.
It takes work. Like I've been trying to, and it's a constant. Like we'll go to the grocery store and I'll spend 30 minutes in one aisle looking at shit.
Yeah.
Because then I'll put stuff back out because I'm just disgusted of what I've looked at.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's just killing us, man. It's just poison.
Well, like one of the I started looking into this a little bit after you mentioned it last week. Did you look at anything in ham?
Like what else in ham?
Yeah.
It's a bunch of shit, like the nitrates and all that
So
stuff.
that's one of the things that.
Yeah, I don't eat ham. I've never eaten ham because of
I'm not
that.
a big, I'm not a big ham guy.
Yeah, lunch meats will fucking kill you.
Yeah, Lee, what am I allowed to eat?
Nothing. You have to really cook your own shit.
Or you can get good ham. It is a possibility. to
Not
get good
boar's
ham.
head though. Boar's head used to be good. Now it's killing everybody.
Like everybody, like companies, like back in the '80s, there were a bunch of. There was one big scientist. What was her name? Susan Preston Martin, I believe is what her name was.
P-Dog.
Yeah, so she did a bunch of studies and was like, hey, like, pretty sure nitrites are what's making people have cancer or
The stomach problems, colorectal cancer, because nitrates get into your stomach, into your gut biome, and they kill like cells and mutate cells.
Yeah.
So that's what caused I have ulcerative colitis. It's probably from eating bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I had it already in me, but you know what I mean, like genetic stuff. But
the only reason that ham companies use nitrates is to make the ham pink.
to
Yeah, make it look pretty.
and
That's the only
preservatives, right? Is there?
It does. I think it is a secondhand preservative, but the main reason that they use it is to make this ham pink.
I think how many hot dogs
And-
you've eaten in your life,
Oh yeah,
full of nitrates.
And that's where Preston Martin, that's where her main That's where her main. Well, she was hired to like go like do experiments, make
Yeah.
hot dogs.
See, Oscar Mayer is another one of those companies that was underneath the tobacco company too.
Because there was a bunch of kids started having cancer, and they
Yeah.
were just like, why are all of a sudden all these kids getting cancer?
Yeah.
And whenever they were interviewing the parents, they were like, oh yeah, we eat hot dogs like all the time. Like it's just obviously an easy meal to make.
Right, cheap,
Boil
affordable,
water,
yeah,
hot
quick
dogs in there,
yeah.
or just nuke them in the
I've fed my
microwave.
kids several hot dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody has. I mean, it's just something I don't now. We don't eat hot dogs. We haven't eaten hot dogs in a long time. I don't eat them, but I would eat a hot dog if like somebody made me a hot dog at a baseball game.
I eat like all beef hot dogs.
I don't eat beef.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
I'm an exception, I think, though, to a lot of things. I'm the extreme when it comes to.
But whenever they said, yeah, ham's not supposed to be pink like that, I don't know why it never clicked with me, but like barbecue really ain't pink.
No.
Brisket ain't really pink.
You cook it, yeah, it's not.
Like it's
meat.
Gray
yeah,
color.
it's gray. It's red or gray. When you cook, it has maybe a smoke ring.
Yeah.
But those are nitrates.
Yeah.
You know that? I mean, so it's full of shit.
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit different than
it is.
Injecting a whole ham with just
a chemical.
It was like, I can't remember what they said it was. It was like 60 or 100 needles of just nitrites that just they would put into a whole lamb to make sure that whenever they sliced it,
it would keep a aesthetically pleasing color because we like bright colored shit.
Yeah,
same thing.
Well, somebody one of the ham companies was on record saying like, why, you know that this causes bad things to happen, why do you keep doing it? He was like, truthfully, like it just won't sell if it's not pink.
Right.
He's like, we can't be the one white knight company that doesn't pink our ham or whatever. Yeah. And then everybody else is pink, and we got this one that looks like it's bad sitting on the shelf or whatever. So I was like, I mean,
we're conditioned.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just what.
That was the thing he said. He said that the consumers just aren't ready for that.
It's an adjustment, dude.
Yeah.
Like even like us, like I've been like the past few months, I've really been trying to like change how we cook and even like the cereals. Like I don't buy nothing that has like bright colors in it.
Yeah.
I'll buy like cornflakes, frosted flakes that has sugar in it, but I mean it doesn't have like all those colors and stuff. As they say with kids and stuff, like it can cause like hyperactivity, like that red 40 and shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that I already have autoimmune disease in my family, so I'm trying to do the best I can to keep my kids from having to pay the piper on that shit.
Yeah.
So, if you can make little adjustments at home. But I do miss eating fucking Captain Crunch berries, buddy.
Yeah,
mixed berries.
Yeah.
Dude, crunch berries.
So
dude, I'm craving. It's like crack. That shit's crack, man.
It really is. I mean, I've tried to buy like a family size box so that I don't eat it in one sitting, but I just
That's so good, dude.
And then the next day you poop like green.
Oh, it's delicious. It's perfect.
Yeah. What I've been doing lately with my cereal is I'll put too much milk in it.
Yeah.
And then when I finish the actual cereal,
Have a little
I'll
extra.
go ahead and use that.
You got to use the milk.
Yeah, you got it.
And I'll make a second bowl right there.
And it's extra sweet milk.
Yeah.
Super sweet. Yeah, it's good shit.
I wrote this down because I think our crowd, the goons, know that I love dunking on Reagan. But the guy that was this, I don't remember what ham company it was in the 80s or early 80s that was fighting for the nitrites. It almost got to the point where we said no more.
Right.
On it. And then that Reagan got in the office, and the dude from that deli meat company or whatever ended up being the head of Department of Agriculture or whatever.
Dude, man, Reagan really.
And then next thing you know, it was gone.
Well, also trickle down economics are kind of fucked us now too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I was
we might have a whole Reagan episode.
Hey, the month of if you go back, the month of I think it was April or May, I spent that
big milk
every episode. I dunked on Reagan on something like
man.
Something up. I have this.
Our parents' generation loves them.
I have a whole nother episode that's in my book about Reagan fucking up Vietnam, where he sent he didn't personally send them, but he knew that the guns he was sending to our guys over there weren't working properly.
Malfunctioning weapons.
Like they were malfunctioning weapons.
That's bullshit.
And he knew that they were going over there with those weapons. That's an episode for another day.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one. Iran Contra, all that shit. Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Nancy was running the White House for a minute. He was in real bad cognitive decline.
Yeah, the Gipper. He was
term.
old. He was old
Yeah.
too then. I mean, he was an actor back in the day. B-rated movies, but he was an actor
Yeah.
in his own right. But yeah, that's just the food stuff, man. It just blew my mind. I don't know.
No, we talk about, I know a lot of people that have been overseas and whatnot, and just like, especially like the dudes, the people I know that have went to Italy and had pasta,
Yeah,
they're like, "Hey, you could eat, no wonder that they can eat pasta all day over there.
it's
because
real.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Like you eat it over here and you're like, ugh, I feel
Some of them fucking starches,
feel
man.
like fucking an ass.
It's
Like,
all that bullshit they put on it,
yeah,
man.
but over there it's like it's all handmade mostly, like so it's
They're also a lot more active than we are. They walk more.
oh true, yeah.
It's healthier lifestyle.
It is, but I'm just saying, like, an American going over there with your lifestyle, you can obviously tell, like, the difference between eating a pasta there.
Yeah,
and eating
yeah,
pasta
and
over
sweet. I'm sure pastries and all
here.
that
I mean,
shit.
I've went to, like, supposedly authentic Italian places just down in Nashville or whatever, and I can tell a difference
You can.
just in those.
The handmade pasta. Yeah, it is different. It tastes better too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle Obama, of course, was famous for trying to fix school lunches.
Yes,
When we were
her and
Both
that
of that,
is
yeah,
it Jamie Oliver
yeah,
helped her or
yeah.
something.
yeah, but now she's bought.
Yeah,
She's part owner of a bunch of like sports drink
Oh, boy.
companies and like pushes a bunch of different brands. and
aren't
stuff
they
like
big
that.
into Netflix too now? The Obamas.
I know they're executive producers. I don't know how involved they are with actual Netflix.
Right.
But they sell movies too.
I know they
Netflix.
did that one movie that bombed. It was
Well,
supposed
I don't
to
know.
leave the world behind. They produced
Oh, I
that
didn't know
movie.
it bombed.
Well, I didn't like it.
Oh, I didn't.
In this house.
Motherfucker bombed, dude.
Everybody I know that watched it was just like, I don't understand what.
That's
happened
what I meant, I
in the
guess, kind of.
movie.
It's just a wild fucking
They
movie.
didn't really explain anything.
It was weird.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, don't watch it.
Yeah,
It's
I
fucking
actually
terrible.
want to watch it again because I've got to figure out what I maybe missed.
I may have subconsciously canceled Netflix over that fucking movie. I was pissed off at the end of it. I was like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Thanks.
I looked around and I was by myself. I was like, what is this?
I need someone to
What
explain.
the hell is this? Dude, dude, it's got an all-star cast.
Yeah, it
It's got
really
a
does.
crazy fucking cast. Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, Mahershala Ali, a bunch of people's in that
I
damn
know, I
movie.
love Ethan Hawke too.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a good actor. I like Julia Roberts ever since Pretty Woman. Ooh wee,
And it was real,
man.
like the whole
You like
thing.
redheads?
You love a good story about a whore too, don't you?
Hoovers.
Ooh, it's always dick.
Hoovers. It's
What?
always sucking and fucking with this guy. Trying to have a damn conversation here, and he goes straight to whores. It's always whores.
You brought up a prostitution movie.
Well, it's a love story. Is Pretty Woman a prostitution movie or a love story?
Richard Gere loved his whores.
He loved that
One-
sweet, sweet poontang.
He knew what he was doing. I think.
You think
he'd
he
been there.
did?
I think he'd been in that position.
You think he
before.
had been scoping her out?
Yeah,
Julia Roberts
Yeah,
specifically, or
yeah.
just different?
That no, her,
Oh, okay.
her actual character in that movie. The actual prostitute. He had been watching her at nighttime for months.
Yeah, months.
He'd be like, okay, she's pretty, she's
So you
chill.
think that's a real story?
It's a real story. I made it real when I was younger. You know, y'all ever do that? Y'all ever like make up a story so much that you believe it?
Yeah, I've been an excellent liar for a long.
I didn't mean necessarily that. Like, you know, like you watch something and you want it to maybe come out to like a different conclusion, like in your head.
Dude, I was,
How does Pretty Woman end in your head?
They had kids and fucking raised some more.
Oh, so you just continued.
She got into the family business. He started a fucking pimping ring. He was a pimp, and he just had a fucking stable of bitches. You know what I mean? Like Deuce Bigelow, kind of like what's his name in Deuce Bigelow? That his like mentor, the black guy Eddie Griffin. He's like, get you a stable of man. What's it, man whores or whatever? He's like, I got me a stable of man whores.
when you're talking about like making things up in your head, I thought of that today as I passed Shenanigans earlier.
Shenanigans.
I have it's a liquor store here, and
Bum,
I remember working at Shenanigans.
But you didn't,
I don't think I did.
dude. I've never done that.
I don't think I did.
I've never done that. I know where I worked
I know I worked at
because I hated it.
I know I worked at Chuck's Liquor for a good portion of time, and I'm pretty sure I worked at Shenanigans for a little bit, or maybe I didn't.
The one in Bowling Green.
Yeah,
Yeah, over by OT.
yeah, I remember being there whenever they were like, "Yeah, we're opening one in Franklin,"
Yeah.
and I mean that was 13, 14.
Maybe you were
12.
there so often.
You thought you
Mind
were there.
me as a customer.
I've been there before.
That could,
They know you by your name.
pretty sure that checked people out and everything there, man. I don't know. I'll have to like. There's this one dude
To
from
check people
Scottsdale.
out. He's just working, he's just chilling behind the counter. He
Yeah.
just walks in. And says, "Hey,
I
man."
got a Dave. Dave's stacking boxes.
He
I'll
walked
be
in. He
taking
said,
care of
"Dave's
you
taking
today."
a shit.
Yeah.
Let me get your
I'll
stuff."
take care of
There's
you
this
today.
one dude that is also from Scottsville. His family knows my family. His name's Mike or Michael or something.
Mike, he knows Mike. This is such a generic
Mike.
name. Hi, Mike.
I see it pop up on Facebook every now and then, and I know that he worked at Shenanigans for sure. So, like, I am gonna reach out to this guy.
Yeah, dude, we
The
got to
next
verify
time I
this.
see him Pop up.
Hey, did I ever
Did I
work
used
at
to work?
Shenanigans?
Fucking shenanigans.
Wild question.
I've got a tax return here that says I didn't, but I'm pretty sure I did. Did I dream that?
Honestly, man, like whenever I passed it today, it was such a strong memory. I was like, "Is this like?"
That's what I mean by did you believe stuff? You know, that's
I was like, "Is this a Mandela effect for myself?"
that's what it's called, Mandela. That's
yeah.
what
I was
last
like,
time
"Did I
we did.
Mandela myself somehow?"
Yeah.
Creating
I'm
memories.
so sure that I did. Now,
I wish I could control the memories that I created. Boy, I'd be a lot happier if I could.
I think
mine are as silly as did I work at a stupid ass liquor store for a couple months?
I'm making up a happy story about a whore and a rich businessman.
So,
Probably a sociopath. Richard Gere's probably a sociopath.
Being there and being like, I used to come in here when I was underage and buy Natty Light.
I don't think I ever bought alcohol underage anywhere.
Oh, I did it all the time.
Not that I know of. Like maybe like a restaurant, maybe like a buy like the drink.
So, wow, that's I think that's more ballsy than just going into like a gas station and getting a 6-pack of Heinies or something.
I think I was more nervous about like getting in line and like people behind me and they're like, "No, man, we're not fucking selling this to you." And I'd be embarrassed.
we found an ID of this. It was a guy from Florida. We found it in the parking lot at BP,
Nice.
and he had bleach blonde, spiky hair and a brown beard. And
This is
Dustin
Guy
Jones-
Fieri.
It looked, yeah,
It's the
Very
drill
similar.
sergeant.
very similar. And Dustin Jones would take it to Airport Liquors. He took it the first time he took it. He gave it to the owner, and the owner was like, "Hey, if you have the balls to try to use this, I will sell you beer." anytime you go."
What did it look like?
I mean, it looked
Yeah.
like Guy Fieri, like
Yeah.
a trashy Guy Fieri.
Were you not listening?
No, it was but like I mean like
No, like white trash, Trailer Park Boys Guy Fieri.
that's hilarious.
He's already pretty white trash too.
We would go up there. We would go up there to buy beer, and Dustin would be inside for like 20 minutes, and him and the owner were just taking shots together.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, with a 16-year-old kid. He's just fucking. Hey, take some of these buzz balls with you on the house.
God, buzz balls. Woo.
I remember when those first came
The
out.
green was pretty good.
No, so bad.
I've drank a
man.
many in my day.
You ever seen the big buzz balls that they've got now?
No.
Like chandeliers.
Fucking-
ball.
They're like this big.
No.
they still have a pop top on them too.
Dude, speaking of being embarrassed at the convenience store, like probably 6-7 years ago, I was in the T-Mart in town. It's owned by an Indian guy. And it was packed in there, dude. Well, I was trying to get a fountain drink, and I was over at like the little thing getting my thing, and I was trying to get ice, and there was no ice in the thing, so it was just going brrr and run over and over. He stopped what he was doing, and he yells across the store. He goes, "Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy!" I looked around. He goes, "You want ice?" And I said, "Yeah, it's out." He goes, $1.99, big bag outside. And I said, "Motherfucker, dude!" Everybody started cracking up. I just set the cup down and walked out. He said, $1.99, big bag outside. I said, "Damn, maybe buy a whole bag of ice."
Golly.
But yeah, he didn't miss a beat because I couldn't do that noise. I was trying to get his attention, you know. I was going burr, burr, because he's the only one in there.
Yeah, we did have a cop one time tell us we shouldn't be selling or giving people cups of ice at Chuck's.
Ah,
They're
yeah.
like, you probably shouldn't be doing it. I was like, is there anything illegal about it?
There's not, but
Customers love it.
I bet they do fucking love it. Did they do like
You
drink?
pull up 30 feet from the drive-thru and you pop that top is what you do. And
Yeah.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, they don't even pull that far away. They
Remember-
just pull up far enough
I
for the
need-
next car to come.
I need a cup of ice, a 20-ounce Coke, and
Yeah.
a half a pint.
Yeah.
During
Have
COVID,
one ready for me tomorrow, too.
hell yeah, same time. Same fucking time.
I know. I hated the liquor store next to my house because I don't drink a lot whenever I drink now. But whenever I go to my liquor store, he goes, "One pint, one pint." I just get a pint of vodka
Huh?
and club soda or whatever.
Yeah.
So he knows every time I walk in, he's like, "One pint." I mean, he's an Indian fella or whatever.
Yeah.
Every time.
Well, I caught that.
Man, I got some pushy ass Indians that own the T Mart by my house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went in asking them if they carried kratom a few weeks ago, and then we could not understand each other. And like, dude, forget about it. I was just asking. And then he got these, it's like a Zen pouches, but they're Kato. So Kato bar, like the thing,
Yeah,
Kato makes a pouch, nicotine pouch.
Oh, I bet they're full of shit.
And he bought a whole fucking big box of these. I got these for you, buddy. I got these for you.
What?
I said,
Pushy.
I don't want those. No, I got these for you. He put them on the counter.
You didn't even
Yeah,
agree
I'm
to
like,
this transaction.
Okay, whatever, brother.
Did you buy one?
Yeah, I just went and bought them.
All of them?
Not the whole box.
Oh, let's say, damn, he really is a salesman.
Was it good?
No. It's
No.
like, it tastes like it. Oh.
It probably leaves a film in your mouth or some
It
kind
made
of
me feel
bullshit.
like those old Altoids.
Was it just nicotine?
Yeah, but they're flavored. Almost like potpourri.
Oh,
It tastes
yeah.
like just
Floral,
when you
kind
get
of.
potpourri in your mouth.
Yeah, I used to do that
Not
all the
directly in your mouth,
time.
but the smell of potpourri in your mouth. I have ate potpourri.
Did your
in
mom
my
ever
mouth.
go back in the day to those home interior parties, like where
Oh,
they
yeah.
sold candles and shit? I remember getting lugged around to those. My mom would be like, "Hey, you and your brother better fucking behave."
Pampered
You're
chef?
taking us to a $300,000 house.
No, it would be a trailer. It wouldn't be the
No.
house. It'd be in the trailer park.
Yeah.
Somebody'd be selling candles and potpourri and shit,
Yeah.
lotions. Avon. Avon was
Yeah,
another one.
Avon, Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
I don't remember what some of the other ones.
Nah.
There was
Yeah.
yeah, Cutco was one. Tupperware was one.
Yeah.
I mean, Tupperware went out of business. They filed
I saw that.
bankruptcy, dude.
Was it Pyrex that probably?
I
It's
think
gonna
so.
be like hell yeah.
We'll scoop them up.
Yeah.
Pyrex is good shit.
Yeah.
Where are these factories at that we can buy?
That's fucking back. It's probably a tobacco company bought these places up.
Yeah.
Them sons of bitches.
They're gonna use.
Sons of bitches, man.
They're gonna use. What's the rock that you make? Uranium. They're gonna use uranium to make.
Yellow
plastic
cake
Tupperware.
uranium.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Wasn't that there was radioactive stuff in the 50s or whatever, like the lamps, like
And watches. They put it on the luminescent shit on the watches. It was radium.
yeah. But
They put it-
They made that whole. It was green, like
Mhm.
lamps and stuff that was like irradiated.
The original Rolexes and stuff from the 50s and 60s, the stuff that made like the little, each number, the little bit luminary parts glow in the dark was radium because they were noticing people from the factory was getting cancer and shit. Like these women, these poor women that were intricately putting
So
Rolex
stupid.
watches together were getting fucking cancer.
It was stuff that we put in a fucking nuclear bomb and kill
Yes, dude.
Hiroshima
And they were making shit
and
go, oh,
Nagasaki.
this glows in the dark. No shit, dude. No
Yeah.
fucking shit.
You all glow in the dark now too.
You glow in the dark. The end of your fingers glow in the dark.
Yeah.
These are the devil's rocks.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's some wild we got shit in the earth that does stuff like that.
I forgot what factory this was, but there was one in like the early Industrial Revolution. They were making something, but it would literally eat the factory workers' skin off of them.
For some kind of acid or
Yeah,
something,
like
probably.
Asbestos.
Maybe, but like these women would take these jobs knowing the risk, but like they're
No,
literally
that's not-
They would
giving
go
you a
blind.
fucking bone.
Yeah.
God,
I know what you're
their
talking about.
skin
I've
is
seen
deteriorating.
something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of the women. They look like walking corpses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild shit.
Steve, like y'all keep this going. I'm gonna see if I can.
Yeah, man, we can talk.
Right, I had a buddy give me a couple lips of Rogue.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
another
Yeah,
stuff.
they're strong.
Yeah, it was really good. It was like mango or something. I generally stick with the mint stuff on all.
Give
of
these
my
free
things.
shout out. They're not sponsors yet, but they could be.
Yeah,
100%.
Carlson's also supposed to be making his own.
I know he's a big nicotine guy.
Yeah,
So is Andrew
was-
Huberman. He's a big nicotine guy.
yeah. I mean, almost all of them are. Now.
It's a stimulant, you know. Just as long as there's not tobacco. That's the thing. There's no
Yeah.
tobacco. You know, Zen doesn't have any tobacco at
Yeah.
all. It's just nicotine.
The but Zen went woke or something is what Tucker said. So he doesn't use. I think he's using Rogue right now.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be.
What's the other one's Lucy? I know Lucy's another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to see them on podcasts. all
Bussin' with the
time.
Boys is their sponsor of Bussin' with the Boys.
Get shout out in a while.
How was the Adam Ray show,
Oh,
Wes?
yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good. I got to meet him after. Obviously,
You mean Dr. Phil? You got to meet Dr.
you
Phil?
got to meet the real deal Dr.
The
Phil.
real deal.
But yeah, no, he was a really good dude. Like I said, he was a good dude. He really was. I mean, I had this big ass line behind me, and he like was asking me about like where I heard from him, where I heard about him from, and like
Yeah.
if I've listened to all the Dr. Phil lives, and I was like, man, it's like
That's what we do.
midnight right
Yeah.
here, and I love you, but let's get this picture, and I'm gonna get out of here. All right.
Dang. Sorry, Adam.
I've got
This
to
guy.
go.
Adam Ray, if you're listening, buddy.
No, I told him. I told him about Find My Me and everything. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna throw you up on the stories, obviously, if you
Yeah.
wouldn't mind,
Right.
Give it
a
Yeah, man.
share.
Throw us a bone, dude. Throw us a bone, Dr. Phil.
Yes. Boom.
But no, I mean, I talked to him for a good 5-10 minutes or so. But I mean, it was midnight, and I'm an old man. I was like, all right, let's get out. I mean, the line was so long.
The comics
I'm sure.
love Wes.
I couldn't.
They do.
I couldn't believe this guy wanted to like sit there and talk to me more because the line was literally around Zany's. Like Josh hasn't been, but Nick has. Like
I've been before.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But like right there on the other side, not where the main road is where they set for like their merch and stuff. That's where
Yeah.
he was, and the line went all the way around past the front door, and he was still like wanting to talk. And I was like, bro,
That's dedication, man. But I guess it's what you do. I mean, I would be the same way though. It would be hard. You'd be riding a high too after a show. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like you would have all sorts of energy.
I know. I told him I was like, man, I'm just worried about all these other people back here. And he was like, I mean, if they want to wait, they'll wait.
They'll wait. They're here to see me, buddy, not you. They ain't worried about you waiting. They're here to see me.
So I've got an example. This might not be exactly what I was talking about with the face-eating chemicals
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but this is called Fosy Jaw, and in the early 19th century, it was discovered that yellow phosphorus
Oh yeah,
was
yellow.
used for matchsticks. So these were strike anywhere matches were super popular in the late 1800s.
As they should be. That's badass.
You know, the lighter was invented before matches. But anyway,
so
Really?
yeah, the lighter was invented before matches
huh.
because I mean they didn't figure out until the late 1800s that phosphorus
Was
what-
flammable.
yeah.
They had phosphorus grenades in World War II that would fuck tanks up, dude.
Oh yeah.
But it would let's see.
Didn't they outlaw white phosphorus?
They did because it would it would burn you up. It hit you and make you implode pretty
Yeah,
much.
so Fosy Jaw was from phosphorus, Fosy Jaw. But yeah, it would eat these ladies gums up their gums
chewing
would
on this
turn,
phosphorus?
It's just the it coming off of it, you know.
gums
You're breathing
developed-
it.
Their gums developed an eerie greenish white glow in the dark.
Golly.
Yeah, their
Can you imagine waking up one morning and be like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Their
What
teeth
the
would
hell?
fall out of their head,
Dude.
and then some of them would have to get their jaws amputated and stuff.
Dude, when I used to dip, I used to have nightmares at night of my teeth falling out, and I would just freak the fuck
Yeah,
out.
I haven't had one of those in a while.
You know, but you've had them
Man.
before, dude. They're so fucked up.
I was on a hike with Tucker and Melody out there, and Tucker was telling me he had a dream where a monster turned all of his insides out.
Good lord, dude.
Yeah.
Golly,
And he laid down on the ground and showed me. He's like, and then I woke up like this, and he jumped up real quick, and he said, "That's how I woke up."
That's terrifying,
yeah.
dude.
And I was like,
What y'all been watching before bed?
dude, I've woke up swinging a few times.
Oh yeah, dude.
You probably have some kind of specter in your room, though.
Wow.
You're probably, you just have a haunted vibe about you.
You do. You got a wild energy.
Easily
Shit.
haunted.
You got a real
That was
wild
biting
aura.
him
All that heavy metal music has opened the shadow realm.
Kind of remind me of little
in.
Nicky.
My St. Michael necklace. I've been taking this thing off and.
Oh, this guy's got a St. Michael's necklace.
Yeah.
He got a saint on his neck.
I love it, buddy.
Is that
Keep it
the
close to you.
which one's is that the like the protector St. Michael? Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a whole. I think it's I don't know if it's in a lot of movies, but it's a thing for exorcisms or whatever. Whenever like the exorcism starts going awry, like you start
You start
Asking-
asking Michael for help.
you try to call him Michael to protect you
Was-
or whatever. He's not gonna come and like take the demon out or anything, but he'll come and protect.
Is
you.
that the same Michael as the angel?
Yeah.
Is it
Archangel?
Archangel?
Yeah.
So there's Gabriel, Michael, and
Don't ask me
Do you know
to
the other
name all
angel?
of them right now.
I don't know. I thought maybe. Nick could really come in there right
Well,
then.
I could bring in some stuff. Keith Rafferty is very well versed in this stuff, but there's stuff called Nephilim.
Yeah.
And
I'm very well versed in this.
a lot of people think that the flood was actually brought because Nephilim and angels, fallen angels, Nephilim or fallen angels, were coming down and having children with humans.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of half breed. That's where like giants and stuff are coming from.
Oh, that's
From
cool.
Nephilim and human, and that's where the Great Flood. The Great Flood is documented in every old religion.
Yeah.
And of course, scientific proof for. I mean, you could go on for years studying the scientific proof.
Well, I'm looking forward to that episode.
My parents, both of them, they just got back from, they were in Arizona, which is real close to the Grand Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
And he FaceTimed me from the Grand Canyon. I've never been over there. I've been close to, I should have went whenever I was there, but I didn't for whatever reason. But he'd FaceTime me and I was like, man, that just looks, imagine like there was a river that once ran through there that was that deep that eroded all that away.
Yep.
Like that's
over time.
Dang.
It's crazy, dude.
A lot of creationists, and I mean, there's interesting stuff to look into on it, but a lot of creationists that believe in the 6,000-year-old world, Earth, believe that the flood could have washed all that material out too in a short amount of time.
Interesting.
Just another opinion, though.
Right, yeah, for sure.
You know, NASA owns part of the Grand Canyon.
I would.
Those greedy bastards.
What are they doing with that?
Don't know. Nobody knows. It's
for the rocket
obviously
booster.
it's public information.
Right.
They own portion of the Grand Canyon.
That X, the SpaceX
Re-enter and
the
chopsticks, the chopstick.
Sweet.
That was sick.
Did they save the astronauts? Did they bring them home?
No, they're still up there, dude.
Yeah, they're still up there.
Somebody.
February, I think, is the last I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, February, I
I
think.
saw a post, but it must have been old about them getting to the International Space Station.
I haven't heard anything about them coming back. Yeah, yesterday it was all over my Twitter feed with that.
It was really cool.
The rocket coming back. I mean, it's a really big
monumental.
thing. It's monumental because of like it makes it to where we could reuse that rocket.
Yeah.
Like you could use it.
And it's also, I think, the other technology that's going to open up, like for different stuff, like using that same principle or whatever
that's
they're
how
doing.
We would end up colonizing Mars if we ever do that.
Yeah, land and
You
shit.
would have to have that
Apparatus.
to make it make sense as far as fuel and
landing and getting people there safe and actual.
I think the first rocket with people on it we send over there, it needs to be named Christopher Columbus.
Yes.
Or what was
the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa
yeah,
Maria,
or the Mayflower.
Yeah.
We call it the Mayflower.
It's today Columbus.
It is today. Is Columbus Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is. Indigenous Peoples Day. Indigenous Peoples Day. Christopher Columbus was a hero. Christopher Columbus he's an American hero.
He was kind of a shithead, but I mean, like,
Well, isn't everybody though?
yeah, I mean, he raped and killed kids and everything like that. It was not.
Oh
great.
yeah, all in the name of
Vikings did,
Yeah,
you know.
Are you taking up for this guy right now,
Dude, it's Columbus Day.
I'm just saying, like, he came, he conquered. That's how the world works.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works, man.
He got here and saw these.
The winners write the history books.
Yeah.
Nobody's that mad at Genghis Khan, you know.
They probably are over there. We just don't
maybe
hear.
I don't know,
They might be.
but I mean that's how the world works. Like you conquer people. It's
Yep.
what it is.
That's why I stay at the house. Ain't getting conquered.
I mean, for real. I mean, like, and it wasn't like the Indians were over here just peacefully hanging out.
No, they were fighting each
They were
other.
fighting, killing each other.
Yeah.
We-
Or Mexicans or whatever.
There would have been, given another 200 or 300 years, there probably would have been one tribe that took over the whole country.
Oh,
Comanches.
sure.
It would have been the
Yeah.
Comanches.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
probably
sure.
within 500 years.
We had a hard enough time with the Comanches until them lever action rifle repeaters come around,
Yeah.
and that's ball game.
Big shooters.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Colt
Remington.
and Colt.
Was it
And
Colt?
there was
Yeah.
even some I don't remember which tribes it was. Obviously this subject's out of left field and I haven't looked into
Yeah.
it, but there was some of the tribes that we gave guns to, and
The civilized tribe, they
fighters.
helped us, yeah,
Yeah.
against the Comanche, dude, because the Comanche, I mean, they fucked us up.
And them planes
And the Sioux, yeah, all of them. The Sioux Indians, the little bighorn, they killed Custard. I mean, Custard was a hero.
just happened in my head. The
Yeah.
Plains Indians were so brutal because they didn't have trees. Man, I'm telling you, trees reset you. They bring you.
I think they were
bring you
pissed
back to
off. They
Mother
were really
Earth.
pissed off. We killed a lot of their buffalo and their deer, and
Yeah.
they couldn't eat or nothing. So
Yeah.
that was a lot
I'd
of
be
it.
pretty
And their women, we raped their women.
Yeah.
When I say we, I mean the white man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they also stole and raped ours, but yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, back and forth.
Can you blame
Tit
them?
for tat, kind of what Israel and Gaza or Hezbollah are doing
Yeah,
to each other, or whatever.
Palestine.
Hamas, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck it is.
Whatever. I mean, like, wasn't it last week or the week before that Israel bombed the hell out of Iran? Or no,
Iran bombed
yeah,
them.
The other way
They're
around.
still trying to. They got a ground invasion going on, man. This is a whole.
I just can't believe it's not. I thought for sure a nuke was coming.
I wish I knew more. I wish I cared more. I just don't want us to get involved. Like I say every time.
it's gonna happen.
I know.
Sorry.
We already are.
All right. Well, this has been a
This
great
has been a
episode, boys.
Watch what you eat.
Watch what you eat.
Watch what you eat, man.
Watch who you bomb.
Or you'll end up like me, your fucking leg cut off and shitting everywhere. Happy as a lark.
Oh, your mental health does seem great.
It's,
here.
I've been working on it, dude. I've been trying. All right. That's your microphone. Make sure he knows that's his. I don't want to talk to that and catch fucking pink eye. Thank y'all for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Share this thing.
Share
with
it,
your
dude.
closest friends,
Share it, man. Hit that
with your
Patreon.
acquaintances.
We're going to work on another Patreon this week. It'll be coming out
Probably Friday.
Friday, yep. This weekend. It'll be something cool.
Yep.
Well, thank y'all for listening.
Thank y'all for listening, Nick.
This has been fine by me.
Bye.
Thank you. Love you guys.
West Josh, one leg me crack.